This is the biggest place we've ever done.
Oh my God.
We got this.
Run. Oh yeah, that's okay, my stomach is a little nervous now. Oh my gosh.
We are at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, and we're getting ready to investigate this place. I don't know, what do you think, Dawn?
I'm nervous. My stomach up here is just in a knot.
I'm hearing like laughing over here. Somebody in here? You brought your pooping pants?
I did.
Like, I'm frightened beyond belief right now. I honestly think we should go. We're going to do some history of this place. We're going to take a quick tour, and we're going to do a whole lot of investigating and exploring at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield. It's going to be a lot of fun, so sit tight and get ready. I'm a little rattled. Let's go.
My name is Greg Faketic. I am the lead paranormal investigator here at the Ohio State Reformatory.
Nora, do you want to introduce yourself too?
Oh, hi. I'm Lauren Hellickson. I'm a volunteer here at OSR, and I work with Greg in Paranormal.
Now, the building was constructed between 1886 and 1896. That includes the west cell block and the administration portion of the building, which is that big castle-looking structure in the front. East cell block was completed about 1910. Now, at the time, it was built as an intermediate prison for young, first-time nonviolent offenders. Young males ages 15, 16, up to 30 could be incarcerated here. They had to do three things. They did not have the choice. They had to go to school, they had to go to church, and they had to learn a trade. So they used to only spend most of the time in their cells sleeping. As the years progressed, it slowly turned into a maximum security prison, and by the late 60s, early 70s, it was a full-blown maximum security prison. This building was not built as a maximum security prison. You could not force them to go to church, you could not force them to go to school, you could not force them to learn a trade. So they used to spend the vast majority of the time in their cells. 2-3 inmates to a cell, really nasty. Inmates eventually filed a lawsuit with the state of Ohio, claiming that being incarcerated here was cruel and inhuman punishment. State eventually agreed, built them 2 prisons behind us. Last inmates left here in December 1990. This area right here, this would have been the original dining hall when the prison was built. And as you notice, we do have photos on the walls, and there is a photo of what this place looked like when it was originally built. Here.
Right there. Yeah, it's kind of a glare, but I think we can see.
But that's
Oh,
this
wow.
area here.
So that's...
These walls were not here.
Oh, okay, that
No
makes
restrooms.
sense.
Lately, this is one of the more active areas in the prison.
Really?
Yes. So what we do when we have groups here investigating, this is our break room. So now when we're sitting in there, there's been times where me and another volunteer were sitting in there, nobody else here, they're out investigating, where we've heard blood-curdling screaming coming from in this room. This is where I hang out when the guests are right there. That's my seat, that's where I sit. Well, as I'm sitting here, watching the cameras, I start hearing this noise. And I look over here, and this door is doing this. What? So this is the west cell block. This was the original one. These cells are a little bit bigger than the ones over on the east side. These are 8 feet deep by 7 feet wide, and they're made of stone. There's about 350 cells here. Now this area is also a 5. For disembodied voices here, people will hear a cell door slamming.
Okay.
Just recently, they were hearing a lot of voices. This was on a ghost walk, which is a 2-hour guided tour. And while the group was inside this one area, some of the volunteers were out here, and they were hearing a lot of people talking out here. They were hearing several footsteps running, but there was nobody here.
Would this have been the intake area then when they first came to the prison?
No.
Okay.
No, not this area. But obviously in the movie,
Yeah,
Shawshank, when Andy Dufresne first came, that's the door he came through. And him and the other inmates stood on this line.
totally different feeling over here.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
right now you're in the East Cell Block. It is considered the largest freestanding cell block in the world. It is 6 tiers high. There are approximately 600 cells here. These cells are a little bit smaller. They're 8 feet deep by 5.5 feet wide. These are made of steel, unlike the ones over there that were made of stone. This was the more violent side. Inmates used to call this side the Motel 6 and that side the Hill. But I believe we're the more violent inmates over here. Same thing over here, voices, cell doors slamming. If you go down there, the first room you'll come to is on the left, that's the toilet room. That used to be part of the commissary. And now understand, all these rooms used to be different things at different times. And some of the rooms we don't know what they were used for. And then there's a whole wing down there. You have access to all 3 levels. At one time, that was part of the 2nd hospital that was here. Right now, the ground floor is the east showers. That's where the car wash comes in. And that's where they filmed the scene Shawshank Redemption when the sisters first met Andy while taking the shower. 2nd level is like a day room, rec room that the inmates used to use. And the top level is the library. Now, that whole area, well, this whole area is also a 5 on my scale of 1 to 5. Apparitions and shadow figures have been seen standing up on that landing. Apparitions have been seen going into the library. Just several months ago, 2 of our team members who are volunteers here were up in the library when they saw an apparition walking. Now, the only thing about this, both of them said there were no legs or a head. It was just a torso that they saw walking. Got great EVP up there. If you want to hear that, I'll play that for you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That was captured up there. This is we were doing an investigation. We had 2 investigators up there, and there is a counter with a whole bunch of like old magazines and stuff like that. And one of our investigators goes up, and she goes, "What is this?" Another investigator comes up and says, "Looks like an old phone book." No, remember they're in the library.
Right.
After she says, "What is this?" captured an EVP. See if you can make out what it's saying.
Library.
Yeah,
Library.
right in the library. Let's just walk in here for a second. This is an area that a lot of people do not like. They come in here and they just get the feelings, especially psychics. We have well-known psychics that will come in here. They do not like it. They like, no, I'm out of here. This is where they would hold people. They wouldn't follow the rules of the prison. And now there's 3 levels. This is the ground level. There's also a level directly above us. And there's a level below us, the sub-basement.
Oh.
That was the original solitary downstairs. Now, a lot of things happen down here. Apparitions, shadow figures. People will be down here on this ground floor and will hear heavy footsteps coming from up there. We've had a lot of murders and deaths here in the prison, and there were 2 documented murders down here. One was in 1932. A guard by the name of Frank Hanger was bludgeoned to death during an escape attempt. Now, this cell right here, I've been by hundreds of times. Nothing. I'm leading a tour one time, and I'm going past the cell, and I swear there was somebody standing right here. This
area is really heavy.
Right here. There was somebody standing right here. Now, down that way, on one of the last 2 cells, there was another murder. There were 2 inmates in the cell, and one inmate just murdered the other and stuffed his body underneath the bunk. Second floor east admin, this would have been the superintendent's bedroom area. So all these rooms, those are all bedrooms. Now we do get a lot of phantom smells in the second floor. You may smell roses. We attribute those roses to a woman by the name of Helen Gladkey. Helen Gladkey used to wear a rose-scented perfume. She used to take baths in rose-petaled water. She loved her perfume. Well, sometimes guests will smell the perfume. This was 1950. Helen Gladkey, wife of Art Gladkey. Art Gladkey was superintendent here from 1935 to 1959. He was the longest active superintendent here. That front bedroom right there over on the left, that was their bedroom. Helen was in there in the closet reaching for a box. She didn't know it at the time, but her husband's handgun was up there. It fell, discharged, and struck her on the lawn. She did not die here. She died several days later, complications from pneumonia. Another phantom smell you will get that I have smelled. Have you smelled any of the phantom smells?
The rose.
The roses? Okay. Cherry pipe tobacco. Art Gladkey used to smoke a pipe of cherry tobacco. 1959, he was working over on the west side in his office on the first floor when he suffered a fatal heart attack. So a lot of people attribute that to Art. And other smells you'll get, you may smell coffee brewing, you may smell breakfast being made.
I was gonna say, I've smelled breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the pleasant smells. Mm-hmm. We do get nasty smells in the prison area.
Yeah, I smell food.
Yeah.
Like somebody's cooking something.
Popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably cooking popcorn downstairs.
It is popcorn. I smell popcorn.
Yeah. They said that you're supposed to be able to smell food in the...
I can smell it.
Yeah, I think they're cooking the popcorn. If we go down there and didn't have popcorn, then that's a problem. But like, okay, so what happened was we just took everybody on, we took a live feed on YouTube. So when you're seeing this now, it's like on October, but to begin with, we did an actual live stream. And as we're walking through the residence area, we smelled popcorn, very, very, very strong. We thought that you guys were popping popcorn and you said there was no popcorn at all being popped.
I mean, I love popcorn, but no, we did not make popcorn.
See, that's absolutely insane.
The chair room. This is my chair room.
I have 3 challenges here.
Okay.
This is the easiest one, and there's one challenge I will not do.
Okay.
So, and the challenge basically, you sit in the chair by yourself for 15 minutes, door closed, lights off. And people claim that they get touched or that the chair will start shaking. But when stuff does happen, it's when other people are in the room, like this. So, when people are in the room like this, obviously it doesn't happen all the time, but people get physically attacked. The last time this happened was May 5th, during a ghost walk. She started complaining about burning sensation on her back, and that's what happened to her.
Wow.
This just happened May
See
5th.
that or not? That's crazy.
Oh, check out Schofield X on the floor. It's named after the architect.
All right.
So if you come through here,
Just as tight through here.
you may recognize this area.
Oh, if it's clear tonight, you'll see that tonight in the too.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, and just I have him in front of the window.
Oh, but when it's dark in here, it's terrifying.
I know.
He's gonna scare you at least 3 times.
This is where they filmed that scene. See, Brooks was here.
Oh, yep.
This is where he hung himself.
So do I.
Now these 4 rooms here, these are the rooms that guards could rent out.
Okay.
So now, a lot of stuff does happen in here, like apparitions. This is where I saw my second apparition in this area. And sometimes I don't tell that story because I want to see if people experience the same thing.
Well, this was heavier. When I walked in, I said, this is heavier through here.
Okay, all right. Because I had one group that came down and they told me about the apparition that they saw. It was the exact same space where I saw mine.
Yeah.
Now,
This is heavy walking in here.
now,
What I said it was.
other times people will hear running. So there's been times I've been going up the stairs and you can hear footsteps running up behind you.
Oh, really?
You guys have access to.
Oh, we can go up there? Oh, wow.
Hospital was at the highest point of the prison so that all the sickness would go up and wouldn't sink down onto everybody.
Okay, so right now we're in the original chapel to the prison. And up above us, you guys have access to. That was the original hospital. Some people call it the TB hospital. It strictly wasn't a TB hospital. They had all different kinds of patients up there. That was the hospital until they built the second hospital over in the east cell block. I don't have a lot of stories from up there because not too many people go up there. Chapel, I don't get a lot here. I find it calming. I just like to come up here, sit and relax. But stuff does happen. And most of the things that happen are the shadow figures. So just sit in the pews, watch the aisles on the outside.
This has taken us over to the administration. I think it's kind of funny, the chapel is what stands between the administration and where the warden would live, or the superintendent, I think. Let's go see this real quick.
We'll wait right here for you.
Oh, there's like, I've never been up here. This isn't open for like regular tours, so. I wonder if they're watching this down there in the,
Sure.
they're like, this is where the bat attacks him. This floor doesn't seem very stable. This goes like, this keeps going up. Oh my God, this is so freaking creepy up here. Just be really careful because it looks like that landing area was kind of rough. Oh, my fat ass, but holy shit. This is the original hospital? Okay. I don't like this. If you spot something, oh my God. Yeah, you come up. Holy shit. If you spot something, comment. That'll timestamp it for us. So when I go edit the video, I can, I'm sorry, this is just really freaky. This is the old hospital. I think the ceilings are up high enough to where if there's any bats, I think they'll stay up towards the top. He said this was the original hospital. Hello, glad you guys could join. I didn't think it was gonna be this big up here.
Yeah.
But you're thinking this is probably somewhat of a TB hospital too, at some point. They did warn us that there's a big bat problem, and I know you guys didn't see it, but we got attacked by bats at our first location. This is creepier than the other hospital. No, the other attic, we'll take you guys over there. They shut the freaking lights off in me when I was it's the most active place in here. It's a lot of dark energy. So the history of this facility was it used to be more for people that were charged with minor crimes. They'd come here literally to reformatory, right? Well, after the Ohio State Penitentiary burned down, that was a maximum security prison. They brought everybody to this prison, which that's when it was past capacity. And that's when all the violence started. These were violent criminals with your criminals that were only in for like driving drunk one too many times or something that's minor, maybe theft, things like that.
So right now we are going into the most active area. This is where everybody goes when they want to experience something. And almost every night that a group is here, something happens up here. And I don't tell people all the stories. And they come back and they tell me what happened. And that's what people experience. So just watch your step right here. We're really high, so if you're afraid of heights, don't look down.
Yeah, we're all the way at the top.
I want to do this without losing all my shit over the edge. We should do that with the GoPro. Oh yeah, I didn't come into here last time. Because this isn't open to the regular tours, is it?
Well, and not to the self-guided tours.
Right.
Welcome to the West Attic. This is the most active area in the prison. There's about 5 tiers, about 350 cells below us. Now, the reason that this is so active is that they used to house inmates up here. And it all started in 1930. In 1930, there was a major fire at the Ohio Penitentiary in Columbus. 322 inmates perished in that fire. They had to find other prisons within the Ohio prison system to place the other inmates while they rebuilt the penitentiary. Some 200 and some came here. Now in 1930, this was still an intermediate prison for first-time young nonviolent offenders. The guys coming from the pen, they were your murderers, your rapists, your lifers, your felons, your worst of the worst. This is where they put them.
Was it just an open room like it is right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't see any cells.
So just
The
bunks
ductwork wasn't here. Yeah. So guards, if you were a guard, would you patrol in here with you or another guard with 200 violent inmates?
no.
That's exactly. So they just shut the door, lock them in, whatever went on, went on. So if you can imagine all the murders, rapes, assaults
And
that
it's
have occurred
hot.
up here. Yes, it's very hot. So that's why this place is so active and violent. I've had guests who have been forcefully thrown to the ground up here. I have guests who have, it looks like they've been shanked, where it actually drew blood.
It's a lot of pain up here.
Yeah, there is a lot of pain up here, a lot of activity. This is the second challenge. This is the one I will not do. I've had a lot of stuff happen up here.
What's the challenge then?
See those chairs way in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, you just go back. It's like the chair. You just go sit there by yourself.
By yourself?
15 minutes with the lights off.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Last year I had an investigator. She was an experienced investigator. She's like, I'll do it. I'm like, okay, great. When you do it, let me know. So later on the night I saw her and I'm like, so did you do the challenge? And she's like, nope. I'm like, why not? She goes, I sat up there with a couple other people. It was terrifying with 2 other people. She goes, there's no way I would do it by myself. You hear how quiet it is?
Yeah.
Trust me, it will not be quiet.
So it's 15 minutes?
Yeah.
In the dark?
And trust me, it will not be quiet up here. It gets so loud. I'm not going to tell you what happens up here, but the whole gamut, everything happens up here.
All right.
So turn off the lights. Now it's not going to be as dark because there's still light coming in from there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're going to shut
So-
this off.
You don't even realize how deep it is.
Oh my God. Okay, I take back what I said.
So I always suggest sit up there with somebody else and see what you have happen.
So
I liken it to, let's say you go swimming at the beach. You get stung by a jellyfish, it's real painful, right?
yeah.
You're going to be a little bit leery going back to swimming in that beach. But someone that's never experienced that, they're going to go. That's how I like this.
This is much further than what it feels like. Don't shut those lights off. All right. All right. That's seriously like, that was not cool. That is frightening. You got it? You got it? With the camera or without the camera?
Whatever you want.
We'll do one of each.
It's showing your face.
That was frightening.
Yeah, it's jarring. It doesn't seem like it at first, but
We're gonna head down to the central guard room and then we're gonna take the elevator down to the ground floor. Each cell block, about 600 cells. We're gonna be on the 6th tier. A lot of suicides were in these cells. There's been a lot of murders and deaths in the prison. A lot of suicides. There's one infamous suicide that occurred in 1960. That was on the 4th tier, cell number 13, north side. Inmate by the name of James Lockhart. He went in his cell and he didn't hang himself, he set himself on fire. We're gonna stop at the 3rd tier and then I'll tell you about the 3rd tier challenge really quick, but very active area. So this is called the 3rd tier challenge. Whew, it's very simple. You walk this tier by yourself.
no light.
Now what people experience is voices coming out of the 100 dark cells that they're passing, footsteps walking up behind them, or the peekers peeking out of the cells to see what's coming.
Didn't Sam run a lap around or something like that?
Yeah, they got a little bit there. Then they hastened their pace a little.
Yeah. Picture it this way: the ductwork's not here. That big X in the middle is not here. And the challenge is they're gonna have us sit all the way down here, and this is like much larger than what you think it is. What are you doing? Yeah, I was gonna say that that actually is a good idea. You think about it, you get like 200 guys up here, and there's no air conditioning. It's super hot. That was really weird. It felt like somebody was walking right next to me. That was really weird. It felt like somebody was walking right next to me. Hang on, don't shut them off yet. I want to see what this is back here. There's like little, these must have been the bathrooms. All right, go ahead and shut them off. Oh my God. Dude. Did you flash a light down there? That was really weird. All right, I'm gonna do that again. Keep them off for a second. Yeah. Was that you? Did you hear it? That was... Are either of you guys moving down there? Because somebody just walked in front of that light. So I could see a light over here like glowing, but it's definitely.
It was in the doorway.
It touched me.
That's crazy.
It touched me.
There's definitely like some ambient light from outside that I could see, but somebody walked in front of it.
Yes, and there was like someone walking in the hallway with a flashlight, and then something touched me.
Where'd it touch you at?
My arm.
Did it scratch you?
No, I don't think so.
What'd you see? Anything?
No, I could see it in the doorway.
Yeah, I could see a light flashing out here.
Yeah, I said it looked like it sounded. I could hear footsteps, and it sounded like, and it looked like someone was walking with a flashlight, swinging a flashlight.
This is going to be underneath solitary confinement. This is creepy. I've never... Yeah, so there's no cells down here. Or are they over here? Could you imagine, like, screwing up and being put down here? If you come through here, watch out. So you saw something light?
Yeah.
Like a light?
No, it was like cloudy.
Oh, okay. I just saw a shadow figure over there. I just saw it on the camera. That was not cool.
No, it was like cloudy.
Oh, okay. I just saw a shadow figure over there. Can you make the light brighter if you're enjoying this conversation? Just twist the end of that if you're enjoying the conversation. All right, okay.